Welcome back. Halloween is this week, and with costumes, candy, and crowds, safety is just as important as having fun. Joining us today with some smart tips to make sure your night of tricks and treats stays worry-free is SAPD Police Chief William McManus. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
The big week is here, Chief, and so for people at home, they're getting ready to go out and trick or treat. What are your best tips to keep families safe?
So I think you can break it down into three areas. So before you go, make sure your kids have their costumes fit and not tripping over them, and that they have tape on, iridescent tape on them or something like that, or glow sticks to make sure that they're well seen before they go out. Make sure that their costumes are fire retardant so that they don't brush past a candle and accidentally catch their clothes on fire. So then you've got, once you get out there, make sure your kids, keep an eye on your kids. Don't take eyes off. And then make sure that they're crossing at the crosswalks, make sure that they're not walking out from in between cars, and make sure they're not going into houses that are not well lit, that sort of thing. And then once you get home, let's make sure that the candy is safe, that if someone gave you some kind of baked good, you might want to be careful about eating that if it's not pre-wrapped at a store or something like that. So all those things, add up to keeping your kids safe.
This is really great advice. And going back to the candy, would you recommend maybe parents inspecting that, and maybe even if it's a chocolate bar or something, even cutting through that before their child consumes it?
Absolutely. When I was I grew up in Philly, and when we used to go out, there were folks that used to put pins in apples.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's important to check the food, and don't send your kids out hungry, because they'll eat half the candy before they get home.
That's funny advice, and for sure as well for people at home, very, very important. I like your advice as well about costumes catching on fire, because that's not something people may typically think of, but that's very flammable material on a lot of those. When it comes to drivers on Halloween, what should they be aware of?
First thing, if you're drinking, don't get behind the wheel. And on Halloween night, it's especially important because you've got kids running all over the place. If the speed limit's 25, go 10. Just be careful. You might have kids running out from between cars, not crossing at the crosswalks. We've got to be extra diligent on Halloween night to make sure our kids stay safe.
And I know that your department typically posts for people to be hyper aware on Halloween. Typically you see a lot of people in costumes, and maybe people would be a little bit intimidated by that. What are signs people should be looking for that may be concerning? Because you see somebody in a costume and that's common, but what's something that may be of concern to the police department?
Oftentimes your gut's going to tell you that something's off, something's amiss. Pay attention to your gut, and if you feel something is wrong, give us a call, let us know where you are. We'll come out no matter what.
Thank you so much for your time this morning and for all this helpful advice. And for people at home, I understand that you have a hotline as well if people do see something concerning or they just have any questions in general. How can they reach your department?
If it's an emergency, of course, call 911. If it's not an emergency, the non-emergency line, 207 SAPD, easy to remember.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Chief. I know this is very helpful for everyone at home. Thank you so much.